The market is heating up out there and Fizbos are popping up all over the place.
But buyer, beware of those for sale by owners. Hello, my name is Barry Horvath, and this is Moving Forward TV, your local real estate and mortgage update.
And I am DeLynn Gaston. Thanks for joining us this week. Over the last couple of years, we've been doing this show for about 2 years now, and we have been educating buyers, sellers, and realtors about all of the changes and things that have been affecting the mortgage industry and our real estate industry in general. But not this week. We're not talking about changes this week, are we, Barry?
We are not going to talk about those changes this week, DeLynn. What we're going to talk about is the dangers and the ramifications that you may face if you're trying to purchase a property on your own without a real estate professional. Okay, DeLynn, before we get into Fizbos, let's talk about the role of the realtors.
Fizbos, yes. The role of the realtor and Fizbos.
What is a Fizbo?
For sale by owner. I know you realtors know that, but our buyers and sellers might not. For sale by owner is what that stands for. And first, let's start with, yes, the role of the realtors and such. Typically, you have two realtors. There's the listing agent. That's the person who has the sign on the front yard. That's the person who a lot of people will call and say, I want to see this house. That listing agent, so that you know, works for the seller. The seller has hired them to try and get them the best price they can for their property. So you should have, you should have your own agent if you are a buyer out there, because that person, your own agent, is going to work for you, and they're going to try and find you the perfect house that you want. And they are going to not necessarily try and get the highest price for a house. They're going to get the best deal for you.
Wow.
Here's the greatest part. You as the buyer, you don't pay for either the listing agent or the selling agent. The seller pays for them. So don't think, one of the biggest misconceptions out there that people have is they have to pay for a realtor. They're going to try and do this on their own. They're going to find a for sale by owner, a Fizbo, because they don't want to pay the real estate commission. You as the buyer don't pay it anyway. So get a realtor. That's the biggest thing.
You know what I'm going to tell you about?
What?
I'm going to tell you about what realtors do.
They do so much.
They do a lot. They really do.
They have a ton
You
of
guys
work.
all worry about that 6%. Forget about it, okay? The 6% is worth it. The realtor's going to make sure all your property issues are disclosed, fully disclosed.
Right.
And that could be just a gamut of things.
Right.
Tons and tons. They do a comparative market analysis to make sure the value's there, that you're not paying too much or selling for too little.
Right.
They're going to advertise the property for you. They're going to market it. They're going to get it out there in MLS. They're going to line up the title company for you, and that includes bringing that escrow check in,
Right.
so that everything is properly insured and the closing goes smoothly.
Right.
They're going to set up the home inspections, the termites, the appraisal. They're going to go there. They're going to meet them there.
Right.
They're going to point out the proper things. They're going to negotiate the contract. And last but not least, they take the emotion out.
Probably the most important thing.
I would say that's definitely the most important thing.
You know, as a buyer, you're running high on emotions, and as a seller, keep in mind, they're running high on emotions. They maybe raised their kids in this house or whatever. So the realtor takes that completely out of the picture to make it a very smooth transaction. Okay, so now that we know the role of the realtors and everything that they do, let's talk about the buyer beware part if you are looking at Fizbo homes or thinking of Fizboing it yourself. Barry?
DeLynn? That means she's cueing me in to talk. I love to talk.
His turn.
So if you are doing a for sale by owner, there are definitely dangers involved in doing this transaction. First of all, you might overpay. So if you don't get a CMA, comparative market analysis, you may actually be paying too much for the property.
Right.
What seems like a good deal 2 years ago, 5 years ago, may not be such a good deal today, even though the prices are down and lower.
You know, and a lot of sellers don't like to think that the prices are down and lower. So they're going to try and get, obviously, the max for their house. The other thing, most of the time the sellers are listing the house themselves because they don't want to pay that 6% real estate commission.
Yes.
Do you think they don't want to pay that 6% real estate commission so that they can give that money to you, the buyer?
Oh, absolutely.
No, they're going to realize those savings for themselves, not necessarily for you.
Here's the facts. 90% of all real estate transactions in this country are done through a licensed real estate professional.
For a reason.
A very good one.
They do a lot of work. They are protecting you, the buyer. And the other thing is the disclosures.
Yes, the disclosures are very important. There could be mold in the house and the seller didn't tell you about it. Well,
right.
The agent has to tell you about that. He has to disclose it. Sometimes
the sellers don't know. They don't know what they have to disclose to you and what they don't. Or sometimes they just hide it from you.
Yes, and they're very good at it.
Yes.
Sneaky, sneaky. Or they could have Chinese drywall.
Right. A sinkhole.
Yeah, easements that aren't, you know, that's my property. No, it's not. It's mine, it's yours, it's mine, it's yours.
Right.
It's just not going to work out, okay? Or what about the repairs that weren't done? Remember that gaping hole in the roof that you didn't see?
Yeah.
They have to disclose it.
Smoke and mirrors sometimes is what they do. And then lastly, sometimes you're dealing on a lot of these properties right now with investors. Investors have come in, they bought up a lot of the homes, and they've just put some like really quick paint jobs and clean carpets and stuff like that, and are trying to flip the property for higher. They do this all the time. They know what they're supposed to be doing, and they know how to get away with it.
And they're very savvy.
Very savvy.
They're smooth, okay? So, in the other big thing, what's included in the contract? You see that refrigerator over there? It wasn't in the contract.
Right.
You didn't get it. You thought you were. Oh, the ceiling fans are gone.
Yeah.
Why are they gone? Oh, they weren't in the contract. Are the appliances included? These are all things you have to consider. They're not listing it with an agent because they want to save money. So just buyer beware.
Okay, so let's say you're absolutely in love with a property that's a for sale by owner and you're hell-bent on getting this house. The very first thing, you're going to do a couple of things. The very first thing you have to do is get a buyer's agent. Absolutely get a buyer's agent to take care of all of this stuff for you.
And get a home inspection. For Pete's sake, go
Definitely.
spend the money and get one.
And then next thing, you have to set up a title company who is going to hold your deposit. When you write that contract and you hand over a earnest money deposit check, you do not want to hand that to the seller. You want to set up a title company to hold that money for you.
And here's my favorite. Get a clue.
Get a clue. What's a clue?
Look, a clue is a report from the insurance company. It's a comprehensive loss evaluation something.
Yeah. It helps you know all of the stuff, all of the insurance claims that happened on a property. So you'll know if it was flooded 5 years ago or whatever.
It's a comprehensive underwriting loss evaluation. Did I say that right?
Yeah, what he said.
Clue, wait. Comprehensive loss underwriter evaluation. That's it.
You get it from your insurance company, you know what happened.
Actually, it'll give you a report over the last 5 years of anything that's happened to the house.
Right.
Don't forget all this valuable information we've shared with you. The role of the realtor, what they can do, how they can help you.
Right. So important. They do so much. You guys just don't even realize it.
And for sale by owners, you know, people can overpay, and the disclosures and all the things that just can go wrong in a transaction.
Buyer beware.
Don't do it. You got to get hired.
Buyer beware.
That's good.
Also, please share this show. If you're a realtor, get this out to your database. This is an important one to share out there, or a real estate professional of any kind.
Like us on Facebook.
Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of those social media sites. Get this out there because this is stuff people need to know.
And this is going to get somebody to list a house with you.
That's right. Please click on these links as well. These are our partners. They help us get all of our transactions done, and I know they can help you guys too. Thanks for watching We Are Today and Every Day.
Moving forward.
We'll see everybody next week. Bye-bye.